Today we're making a simple beaver out of a 1 by 1 inch piece of wood. And the length of the piece of wood you're gonna need is 6 centimeters or about 2.4 inches. This is a knife only project, and you're also gonna need a pencil for some simple markings. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna divide this block in 6 parts. And the tail is going to take about 2 of these or a little bit more. I'm drawing a very basic top profile. The shape of a beaver's tail is something like this. And the shape of the body is pretty much an egg shape like that. Maybe slightly thinner here, closer to the head. That's good. And now we're going to carve this. We can start removing these parts with sweeping cuts. So I'm twisting the blade like this to get this curve going. The same goes for this rough cut version of the sweeping cut. And then over here we can make this round with a few push cuts. This is going to be the bottom of the beaver. So we don't really need to worry about what's happening over here. Even if you cut a little bit too much from here, it's not really too much, especially here where the tail is, because we're going to take most of this off. And even here where the body is going to be, this is all going to be round. So it doesn't matter if what you're cutting doesn't go perfectly straight like this, but it goes a little bit inward like that. It doesn't really matter. But it's good to try to remain outside of these lines all the way through the piece of wood. And then the same thing that we did here with the tail can be done up here where the head is going to be. I think that's good enough for now. Next we can make a very simple side profile. So we're going to continue all of these lines onto one of these sides, and then we can make a very simple side profile. So the tail is going to be very flat, something like that. And then the highest part of the beaver is going to be about here in the middle of this section. And then we can continue that curve down here to meet the tail. And then the head is going to be at the same height as this. And it's going to take this section and about 1/3 of this section. And then we need an inside curve. And then over here we need an outside curve that starts somewhere over here, leaving a little flat area for the snout so that we don't make it too pointy. And then it's going to end here in the middle of this section. That's good. We're going to start with this one. And this can be removed with push cuts. That's good. Next we can make a sweeping cut over here. This is a little bit of a tricky place to cut due to the grain of the wood, but we can get a pretty decent inside curve by cutting from both sides. That's good enough for now. It doesn't have to be very clean yet. Then we can make the end of the snout a little bit rounder. Just a couple push cuts is enough. And then we're going to move on to this big section. But I'm going to leave a little bit of extra room over here for the tail. Not that this wouldn't be enough, but if we make it this thin already, it's very easy to accidentally break it when we're working on the other parts. And I don't want to go on to work on the other parts yet, because it's much easier to get a good understanding of the different shapes and proportions once we have that nice round basic shape all around the beaver. Then in the end we can easily make the tail flatter. I think sweeping cuts are the easiest way to remove most of this wood. The push cut version of the sweeping cut is great for making tighter curves. I think that's about as thin as I will go right now. And next we can take off these sharp edges and make the entire shape rounder, kind of like a water droplet shape. And this is easy to do with push cuts. And now we can also try to clean up this inside curve on the top of the beaver a little bit. I'm just making very small cuts, and it helps if you don't cut directly along the grain but slightly sideways like this. That way it's easier to get a nice finish. The smoother you want to make this, the thinner you're gonna have to make your push cuts. I think I'm quite happy with this for now, but then we still have these sharp edges. Next we need to make a few inside corners. One of them is going to be somewhere around here, slightly more than halfway up the beaver this way, and this is going to be the distinction between the front limbs and the head. Something like that works pretty well. And then we need to make it curve like this. Due to the grain of the wood, it's pretty difficult to make clean cuts this way. So I'm just basically making this very tight sweeping cut. And now that this is curved this way, we're going to turn the ends upward and continue the same kind of sweeping cuts, but now they don't have to be quite as tight. They can kind of like fade into shallower, longer sweeping cuts. That's pretty good. Next we're gonna make a shape like this. So here are the hind limbs, here's the underside of the front limbs, and here's the stomach. So this is two inside corners, one over here and one over here. And again, I'm just trying to get closer by making very round sweeping cuts. I'm not worrying about these corners yet. A few push cuts to make this a little bit rounder. And once we're somewhere in there properly, we can make a V cut. Then we can make the feet a little bit thinner. That's good. And then over here, we're gonna make that other inside corner. Now this is a really difficult place to cut, but it's gonna get a little bit easier once we make this rounder. So now it's a very straight, flat area. We want there to be curvature this way. So we need to remove wood from here and from here. And similarly to these cuts over here, we're just gonna turn these parts into smoother, shallower inside curves made with these sweeping cuts. And now that we have a little bit more room over here, it's easier to get to these middle parts too. Very soon we're gonna separate these limbs from each other, but first, at least in my case, these feet need to come a little bit more inward. So I'm gonna make this edge, just slightly rounder. I think that's good. And then what we're gonna do over here and over here is just a few simple V-cuts. And then with these hind limbs, we can try to make this cut wider, and then it's possible to turn that into 2 separate stop cuts. And these will define the inside corners between the feet and the stomach. Just make very careful cuts, don't apply too much pressure because these feet can very easily split off entirely. That's good. And then these ones don't need to be far away from each other. But then still over here we can make a 2-sided stop cut, creating this kind of a shape. So I press down from here and from here, and then I cut the chips off like this. That's good. These hind limbs still need a little bit of flattening, and we also need to make these sharp edges rounder. I'm rounding the tips of the feet with these small push cuts. I think that's pretty good. Next we're gonna work on the head shape. And now it's kind of flat this way. It should be flat from the top, but it should also be quite narrow this way, especially here on the front. So I'm gonna remove a little bit of this mass. At the same time, I'm still trying to keep this somewhat round. That's a lot better already. And then we're gonna make a shape like this on both sides of the head. And over here, it can be more like an inside corner or like a very tight sweeping cut. But then over here, it's just a shallow, smooth sweeping cut. Like this. And then it gets tighter. That's quite good. And then the other side. I made the snout just a little bit too thin, so I'm just pushing it back a little bit. That's better. I'm still slimming it down just slightly so that the proportions would be a little bit better. Next we're gonna make the ears, and they're just gonna be something like this. I think the outline is easiest to cut with the tip of the blade. Then we can take away a little bit of this excess wood. A small V-cut below the ear, defining the edge of the face, can help with that. And then the other side. That's good. Next we're gonna make these small V-cuts on top of the ears. Like that. And these are basically continuing these V-cuts from below the ears onto the top of the ears. And now is a good time to make some final adjustments before we make the tail slimmer. I think I want this bit to be a little bit sharper. So if you still have some places that need a little bit of cleanup, or you need to adjust the proportions slightly if something looks off, now is a good time to do that. And then we're gonna slim down the tail. So next we're gonna do the final thing, which is flattening the tail. So we can just continue the sweeping cuts we made before, but the closer you get, the more careful you need to be with the sweeping cuts. Don't apply a lot of pressure, just carefully remove shallow slices. We also need to make some V-cuts to create a clear distinction between the tail and the rest of the body. And then bit by bit we turn to more traditional stop cuts, so I'm just pressing the blade a little bit into the wood from here and then cutting away some of the thickness of the tail. And then, since the tail is over here, it's going to be fully extended out and not partly underneath the body, which means that there's this small part of the tail that's covered in fur. You can check out some photos online if you don't know what I'm talking about, but you can often see something like this that looks almost like a sleeve on top of the tail. And the tail also needs to be narrower over here where it starts, then it gets a little bit wider, and then it gets slimmer again. So right here around where the tail starts, I'm making some sweeping cuts to get this shape going. And then that also means removing some of this excess mass from these higher parts.